Chainsaw Man Day. We are back yet again for some more reactions to Chainsaw Man. This time, chapter 215, and we're gonna get in here. Welcome in, Desto. This guy right here, he's saying we're in the end game now. Truth be told, I feel like we've already been in the end game for a while now, and it's only solidifies when it comes to this chapter here. But we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out what you're gonna have to do. If you haven't read it yet, is go to the Shonen Jump app. It is free anyone to use. To read that bad boy and loud react with me. If you haven't read it yet, just simply sit back and relax. If you already read it, sit back and relax. Then, wait until we get to the discussionary portion and we start discussing this goddamn chapter and figuring out, hey, where we go from here. All right, because can our predictions predict what's gonna happen? Because honestly, I don't really know. We have a devil popping up, right? Appearing, something brand new, I guess, maybe. I don't know. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. Like, the fact that little D was concerned makes me wonder what's going on up there. All right? Also, make sure to look at the goddamn short. I put it a short yesterday. Go ahead and watch it. It's pretty funny. Mike Wazowski was in it. That's all I got to say, all right? Yeah, under 20 chapters left in part 2. Are you serious? We're in the end game, and I still don't know what's going on. Are you serious? Okay, everybody's saying it. All right, let's just get into it. I'm not gonna lie. I thought I broke my phone yesterday, but I see that was just a dream. I'm glad that I dreamed of a dream that was not real. Okay, but Tara, welcome in. That says that I read a random fanfic 3 years ago, like 10 chapters into part 2, that predicted the end of the chapter to be. You're right. Hey, can you send that to me? I would love to see this fan fiction, to see and compare potentially what you're talking about. I'd love to see what's going on with that. But Chainsaw Man, chapter 215, Declaration of War. Okay, so I'm assuming Yoru makes an appearance then, because this is all about Yoru here. I'm assuming Yoru is gonna be a big deal with all this. So we see somebody. Oh, it is Yoru actually. It's right there. I wasn't paying attention. But so it's gonna be like a whole monologue chapter with Yoru? Is she the one summoning this? She's doing this? Is Declaration of War is her doing of like this whole Mike Wazowski door warping situation? Is she bringing hell to the human world? Is she the one doing this? Hold on a minute. Well, hello. This is quite the grand welcome. Death Devil, Famine Devil, and Chainsaw Man. Also, we have 3 out of the 4 sisters together. They're all together now. We just need one more. If y'all keep talking about endgame, does that mean Nayuta's coming? Are y'all talking about Nayuta? Am I right? Is it about to go down? Hold on a minute. I'm gonna try to find it. Hey, if you can, please send it. I would love to see it actually. I don't know what's going on, but the ending seems predictable. I'm surprised that we're actually predicting things right now. Okay. Do y'all need something from me? If you have something to say, then say it. What? Okay. Agree to my condition and you could turn us into weapons. Huh? Yeah, I was sorry, I forgetting. I just knew the famine don't say, huh? Because like what? Yeah, exactly. What do you mean? What is your conditions? Why are you okay with this? What is happening? What? Go home to hell and spend the rest of your life there. That's the condition. That doesn't really fix the problem that is happening on Earth. If we were talking about like bringing hell to Earth, like, would this not just be hell in and of itself then, if that's the case? Like, there's a loophole around this exact contract. What are you trying to do here, Devil? Like, Lil D, what we talking about? What are we talking about? You really think I agree to that? If I use my power, you'll die instantly. Is that true? She's like, what? Can she actually do it? Is the Death Devil just still that good? What is happening right now? But you can't control its strength, right? You want those friends you went to wait, hold on a minute, because I guess it's AoE effect, so she's just like, you're gonna kill everybody if you use this effect. What do you mean? Why can't she control it? Like, this is the Death Devil. Like, what do you mean? Like, she don't got the strength like that to just control her abilities? What's happening here? Let me read that. But you can't control its strength, right? Won't those friends you went to karaoke with die too? My voice just went away all of a sudden. I have your friends. Your power is unfair. Use it, and my comrades will kill your friends. Oh well. Wait, who your comrades? What kind of buddies you got over here? I want to know. I want to know. Death, famine. I'm not interested in you two. I'm here to see Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man. She stood up, asking about him. Let's wage war. Why? I mean, again, is Denji even inside that, like, right now in this particular form? Like, what's going on with my boy? Because I don't know what's going on with my boy. You know, he's just kind of just standing there, kind of not saying absolutely nothing. You know, like, what, you just had a fight with her not that long ago, you know, Mr. Chainsaw Man. Like, do you really want to do this? Everybody's just trying to play with this man. We're tied 1-1. This battle will prove which of us is stronger once and for all. Wait, what? Oh, okay. If you win, this world is yours. If I win, I'll claim both it and you. Wait. So we're doing another battle. Wait. So they're about to fight each other. She wants to test her might, because you know obviously this is really on character with Yoru. She always wants to test her strength, and after she freaking folded, literally folded the Falling Devil. She's kind of feeling herself a little bit right now. Right? You know what I'm saying? She's kind of feeling herself a little bit right now. Interesting. All right, so we're trying to fight Chainsaw Man. I'm confused. I mean, she's had their 1-1. She's always been saying this throughout the entire series that we've had her. She's always wants to best Chainsaw Man. So this is in character for her to do this. Like she wants to beat him, and definitely beat him. Not just like I barely grazed and passed that test. No, she wants to really just take him out and call it a day. She has a complex here. She can't let it go. All right, God. It was the same pose as in her first 5 appearance, signaling Apollo guts, even her legs. That's true, actually. Very true, Ghost Tab. Also, welcome in. Yura said that Death's karaoke friends were taken by our comrades, or our comrades, primordial devils. Or I have no idea. I'm assuming it's probably weapon devils. I don't think it's primordial devils. More than likely, probably weapon devils. In my honest opinion, I like to think that's what it is, but I'm not sure. Do you accept? I mean, he says he doesn't talk. The sucker, he don't have words. Okay, that's fine. I don't need a response. And he's just standing there. He's like, well, look. I mean, he looks ready to fight. I'll say that much. Hands ready. Oh, what? Look, they're just gone. What? Oh. So there was a speed blitz. We always talked about when you do versus battles, and like if you have like a speed demon kind of character like Zenitsu or something like that, they typically can overshadow someone that's overly strong, because like the speed blitz, because that guy can't keep up, you just get hit and it's kind of done. You know what I'm saying? This is kind of what this particular situation is. Like, she got some damage on our boy Chainsaw Man, but Chainsaw Man freaking demolished her. She looking crazy as heck, by the way, too. She's like, oh, you got me. I mean, what my thing is though, she's a lot stronger now. I mean, because it's interesting. Remember how she lost her arm and it was kind of hard for her to even have that come back? I mean, she's at a greater strength now, so I'm assuming she can put herself back together. Maybe, hopefully. Because like, I'd be concerned if this is like the end for Asa, bro. What is happening? Don't go. Okay, we're going inside the mine right now. What is going on? Yeah, you see Leaflets on Makima back when they fought. That's true. That looks like the exact same move. Yeah, she could regenerate. So I'm like she is stronger now. It's just still concerning. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage, though. All right, guys. That's all. It feels reminded me of Ray from Evangelion. Really interesting. It should trigger the bomb to call Yoru. Should have saw her karaoke friends, so probably told her about her friends. Maybe. Yeah, I can see that. Hey, Pochita! Wow. What are you doing? Oh, awesome. Me, Taka. I have to go over there. How come? How come? Because I've been chasing that for so long. Am I missing something? Which, uh, what you pointing at exactly? I don't see like no silhouette. It ain't on the ground or anything. Am I missing something here? Like, I mean, is it the ray of light in the corridor? What is going on? I see what y'all talking about. What is going on? And yeah, this definitely does feel like it's the end game. This is definitely some end game kind of situation here, especially considering that we have inner child Denji talking to Asa Mitaka. You know what I'm saying? They that clash. They always talk about when it comes to battles, right? Fujimoto's actually taking a trope in shonen battle mangas where you don't have to exchange words to talk. Sometimes actions speak louder than words, and that action can allow you to have monologues inside each other's minds to actually understand one another. And Fujimoto's actually using that trope to this particular moment right here, because they're inside each other's mind talking to each other. So I see that. Nice little touch right there. Colin Bucky's coming to, bro. Now you think it's gonna be Bucky? You think it's gonna be Bucky? He's like, you found me finally. It's okay, Asami Taka. Sometimes you step on people and they don't go right. Like, okay, what are we talking about here? Asa looked younger in the Denji dimension, maybe because Asa and Denji fit the younger. I was reading that the younger time of innocence when Denji met Pochita and when Asa met. I mean, possibly. That could be what's going on here. I mean, obviously, like, you know, Denji is not of this age, but man's probably gone right now and he's, you know, looking for Pochita. Because what is interesting is that, yeah, he is at a younger phase right now. And I'm thinking, hold on. So this version of Denji, could this be the Denji that hasn't actually met Pochita yet? Because Pochita met him when he was young like this, right? If I'm not mistaken, right? If I remember correctly. So maybe this could be the Denji that didn't meet Pochita just yet, which is why he's looking for him, though. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too much into it. And this could be like the version of Asa before Asa met the Owl Devil, right? AKA the War Devil. So, I said Owl Devil, with the War Devil, I mean. So, I wonder if these are those are the forms we're seeing right now, actually. Now that you bring that up. Go say, why you redact your message? It's Buggy coming back, and that's what she's chasing. Oh my god, you too? Or maybe Death saves her since Makima couldn't really regenerate. I mean, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, there is a chance, like, this could be too much damage to where Asa, like, not Asa, but Yoru can't really put herself back together. She's never been in this level of, like, dismemberment, right? You know, so I don't know how good her regeneration is going to be. Her regeneration can even simply be something similar to what Denji has. Like, he can take this damage and not die, but he can't really just put himself back together like that. If he's, like, in pieces, he needs help to put himself back together. So this could be maybe that situation, but I don't think so. I feel like Yoru is at a certain position now with her strength that she should be able to just put herself back together and be like, dang, that was a good hit. You know what I mean? At least I like to think so. So like the chapters we got right after Power died. That's why it seems like, yeah, because we're actually getting some inner monologue. This might actually, because it showed next week there's still a chapter coming. So he's still being consistent. And so my thought process here is this could be the wrapping up of like Yasa's like mind state that she was always in too. Because remember, they both have a corridor type of like situation where they're trying to find something and find that door and all that. So there's a lot of metaphor that's always been here to begin with. So they're both now in this situation together now. So they can both open that door together. Maybe they can also face it together in some way. So this does feel like some in-game type of stuff, given how far we come in Chainsaw Man. It'd be a shame if it's done already, though. I really hope this is not like actually the end game for Chainsaw Man in general. I'm gonna be sad. I'm hoping that's not the case. Because I was expecting a lot more. I was expecting him to get to at least 300 chapters. All right. We got the Yuko incident. Asa had a dream that she was in an alley full of dead chickens. We were fully going to... Yeah, okay, I was literally just talking about that, basically. Like, they both had, like, Asa has, like, this whole, like, dream sequence, and maybe... Actually, you're more right than what I was even saying, because I think maybe Denji got thrusted into what Asa's, like, a whole mind state is when it comes to the corridors and all that. So... yeah, I think that's what this is and what he's trying to... That's why he's probably having a hard time even finding Pochita, because this is not his state of mind necessarily. He's actually in Asa's state of mind. Which, honestly, this is kind of good to see, because Denji needs to understand this girl a little bit more, given how she hides her emotions a lot of the time. So this could also be a moment where they can literally come together. This can make or break the relationship. All right, the Asa Denji ship is right here. We gotta see how this thing's gonna sail. All right, how you doing though, Peach? How you like the chapter? I found the fanfic is called A Dream of or a Nightmare. Interesting, huh? Now, out of curiosity, but are you in my Discord at all? I need that. I need that. I have all matters of social media too. Like, you need to send that to me somehow, or even put it in the chat right here if you can, if it allow you to. Let me see. I read it again, but from what I remember, it's about Asa falling in a dream and being sent into Denji's alleyway and speaking to. Yo, what? That's actually interesting. I wonder how Fujimoto. Because I feel like Fujimoto is online and he noticed these things and sees stuff, right? So I'm wondering if he probably ran into like, dang. Either he said, dang, that's a good idea, or dang, you found out my ending. Either or, that's kind of crazy, actually. You think part 3 is real? I hope there's a part 3. Because like I said, this does feel like some like literal like in-game stuff, and I'm hoping that if this is the end, we can at least get a part 3, because I feel like there's still more we can do with Chainsaw Man, especially considering that I feel as though the Rize movie is going to bring a whole new light into Chainsaw Man. But I say this when we have Demon Slayer already popping off, right? But Demon Slayer is done. Like, there is no more manga, right? So like Fujimoto could go that same exact route and be like, I am done now. Now let me get my monies. Like, you know what I mean? I don't have to do no more. Only 2 chapters back then. Thought so. So can't speak for the rest. Yeah. So I mean, we need to read that. That might be something potentially to even read on stream. Now that you bring this up, because I'm kind of curious about it now, to see if there's some insight potentially that we can get from it. I'm trying to think. We'll get a part 3. We'll end up massacring. So wait. So you, I don't like what y'all talking. I don't know the way you're talking, because you're basically saying like, once this little section is done, we're gonna take a break, and then part 3 happens. So are we gonna get another like main character? It's not gonna be Asamitaka or Denji. It's gonna be somebody else. You think that's gonna be the case here? What if that is the case, right? And it's another like male main character. This would actually round off the actual shonen trope of having a 3-person squad, if you think about it. Because I would like to think that Denji and Asa would then come together with this particular person in part 3, and then boom, that's your team right there. And it finally successfully does the shonen trope of having that team. I don't know why that matters so much, but I just brought that up. He is missing and Bucky's missing. You know what that means? That is not the... Bucky does not have the same importance as Cheetah. Get this crap out of here. Where are the Bucky plushies, huh? Where's the merch for that guy? After she killed Power, Makima talked to a kid Denji in a similar location. That is also true. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm wondering. Like, there's a connection obviously here that I feel like we're not fully grasping here when it comes to this, like, inside the minds of these characters. That, you know what I mean? So I know there's significance ultimately that's happening here with this. I mean, this actually, I gotta look back at that chapter then. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, because again, is this like the same form of young Denji? Was he wearing the same outfit in that whole mind state when Makima did what she did? Like, is he wearing the same outfit? Because I can't remember. Like movies come in trilogies. So there is hoping. I mean, I'm hoping too. We talked about this before. I hope there's a part 3. We need a part 3. Thought it was awesome. Got a bit of a death, and knowing she cares about something was cool. Ever start to a fight and set up to cry next chapter. So you're expecting to cry. You're expecting to feel the emotions, all the tears roll down your face. Go to part 3. Naruto is the main character. Hey, Desta, don't give me hope. Hey, Desta, don't give me hope. I look, I subscribe to the idea if that's the case. I subscribe to the idea. I keep telling you, like, Naruto needs development. And I mean a lot of it. God dang it. Fucking plushes are at the supermarket meat section. You know, I should have saw that coming. I should have saw it coming. The heck was I talking about? It's not really a plush for sure. Yeah, he's wearing the same outfit. It was when she tells him to kill his dad. Huh. Yeah, so like I said, it goes back to maybe the sort of worst times potentially. And so then I guess the question too is when it comes to Asa Mitaka here, which I'm pretty sure she is, because it's like the school outfit she's wearing. So I'm assuming it's around those times then. For the more traumatic like moments for themselves. So like I said, this should reveal something. I just don't know what we're seeing at the end here. Because she pointed at something. I do wonder if there's like some other detail that we're not seeing when she's pointing in that direction. Because he also like Denji also looks concerned at what he's seeing here. Because like I'm trying to look back a little bit. I don't know. It's interesting. Like I said, I feel like we need more time to really come up with some other ideas with this, because this is, again, it's hard to predict what Fujimoto is trying to do or what he's coming up with here. I'm not gonna lie, but I am curious. So I think it's just like Asa is also going to get a shot reveal about her past. I think so, and the thing is, Denji is gonna be the one actually experiencing this with her. Like I said, the whole point of with this whole thing here, I'm assuming when it comes to this like flashback inside the mind of this character, is we're gonna see all of it unfold, and this can prompt Denji to this could potentially maybe find a way to save Asa, right? Because like he indiscriminately took out Yoru with no words, no second guessing, just immediately attack. It's something you gotta remember too. Again, this particular Chainsaw Man isn't goofy like the last time it appeared, right? It's not thinking of how to save. It's just killing. If you think about it right now, because there's also that going on here. So I think Kuchida is lost, like not even just in the like the literal sense, but metaphorically as well. Like I don't think he's all there, but he's trying his best just to protect Denji, because Denji isn't able to protect himself, which is why we're seeing this smaller version of Denji right now as we're talking about it. So I think so. Anyways, what's coming after chapter 2? Okay. Yeah, nothing good ever happens in the alleyway. No, it doesn't. And I'm hoping they're happy tears. I don't think they're gonna be happy tears. All right. Look, this is Chainsaw Man. This is Taichi Fujimoto. All right, not even just Chainsaw Man. This is Fujimoto we're talking about. You've seen what kind of stories this man makes. You think you're gonna get a happy ending? You think you're gonna have a happy time? Nah, happy tears? Ain't no way. Like I said, I still don't think there's gonna be a way to save Asa. Unfortunately, I feel like that's gonna be the case here. But I feel like maybe that's gonna be something that like Denji's gonna want to do, and that's gonna be something that he wants to try to do. Ultimately, maybe even more so than his dream. Who knows? Of living a normal life, and maybe that can be the other drive that allows the Chainsaw Man to actually step up and do something for her. Who knows? Link not making it. I had a feeling, because I don't think YouTube allows like links like that. It's not like freaking Twitch where you can't put links and everything. If there's a way to DM me, I don't know if you can DM me on YouTube or whatever the case is, but I have Instagram, I have Twitter. They're all in my bio and everything. Like, just click on one of those things. Like, you can send it to me that way. If you have one of those, like, I need this. Hey, Dogs, welcome in. I checked out the one. Chibi Denji is also meeting the same clothes. Oh, really? The same clothes when they meet Kuchida? Interesting. But I mean, I feel like that's just I think the normal clothes he always wears when he was younger. Because I mean, if you think about it, he was just struggling the entire time. Like, he didn't have clothes to switch out to. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's been 3 years. I don't perfectly remember what happens. So that's what I'm saying. Like a reread and just reading it in general might be something we need to do. It's just in development, but it's one of those Chainsaw Man chapters where you're in between things happening. Yeah, exactly. We're not really sure what's going on here, but we are trying to theorize and think of and feel like there is a lot of significance to what we're seeing when it comes to how Asa is in this alleyway, to Denji being as young as he is, and how that can recall many things here. So, you know what I mean? Like, there's things to talk about and discuss, but I feel like we can't really necessarily pinpoint. Everybody in the chat thinking Bucky's coming back, though. I don't know why Bucky's like so popular, but Bucky coming back apparently. This also might talk to Denji to let him turn into a weapon, and also takes out Yoru. Let me guess, Bucky. I don't know. That'll be interesting. Cause like, how would that work? So like, because I mean, if this is inside the mind of Asa, and let's say that they do this, and it makes him a weapon, like, is he gonna cut through? Is she gonna cut through the mind to be able to like release herself potentially or something? Like, I don't understand how that would actually work exactly here, because I don't know. We don't know the logistics of it all. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not impossible, I guess, because like, again, Denji has been known, and we've seen he has a stomach of infinity. Like, you jump in there and he can come right back out into the real world and stuff like that. So like, there is those kind of connections, and the brain is what it was that Yoru did take over. She holds half the brain. So I mean, I guess that wouldn't be impossible if that's where we're going with this. If that's what we're doing, I just don't know if that's gonna be the case here. Yeah, I mean, if you're also on Twitch, I will be streaming later on Twitch, so you can always send it to me that way as well. So I mean, there's many options. Fight Club Theory is going to be real. She was there, a War Devil the whole time. Asa was just a coping mechanism for Yoru after she got hurt and got reawoken when she died in chapter 1. Interesting, that's so. I mean, that is a theory. I mean, given if we're talking about the mind, I guess it's not impossible. Because I guess what I literally just said here, I guess that's not impossible we could do here, I guess. Interesting. Unfortunately. Yeah, exactly. I think it'll be happy. This chapter confirms the feelings for me. It does? I need you to explain to me, Lloyd, what it is that makes you think it's going to be a happy time. I don't see that being the case here. I feel the opposite. It's full of body parts creating a person is not impossible. I mean, it isn't. It isn't. And it's the inner mechanisms of one's mind that can make that happen, I guess. A lot of people side Denji. Pause. Still creating an Asa person is not impossible. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe between both their powers, they can find a way to potentially like get Asa out of the situation. Now, if let's say that does happen and they're now out and back in the real world, does Asa still have the abilities of Yoru? Because they're not necessarily the same person anymore, right? Like, again, like, this brings up a lot of weird logistics. Like, is any of this even possible? But the problem is we don't really understand the full scope of the power system of how the stuff works. Because, like, literally, Fujimoto can kind of do anything, and we just kind of have to accept it because he hasn't really fully explained how everything works when it comes to just the power scaling and the power system per se. So, I don't know. All right. It's my intuition, bro. Trust. Like, intuition. All right. You know, I'll trust your intuition because I would love to see something happy happen. But I'm being very pessimistic about the situation. I just can't. It's hard for me to see it. But I want to believe in you, Lloyd. So I'm going to believe in you, okay? Chapter 98. Yeah, I mean, I think you brought that up before, actually. But, I mean, if that's the case, then good on the people that brought that up, because we might be here. It wasn't on these weekly discussion grinds. This is the kind of chapter where I will come back in like a month. Like, I'm really interested, but I want to see the full picture. Yeah, I mean, I want to see the full picture, too. We all want to see the full picture. Luckily, I don't think we're taking a break next week. Like, at least on the Shonen Jump app, it says another chapter next week, so we don't have to wait very long for it to come. All right. So now on my Double Man agenda. I mean, that Double Man. Look, I didn't realize how that's like connected like that. That was very interesting. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I think he was in the alley. Something happy did happen. You need. I mean, look. It's just hard for me to see something happy happen to Denji. This is Denji we're talking about. He knows nothing but suffering. Would be good. Did it recently and it's pretty quick. It's really fast paced when you don't have all the breaks. Yeah, that is very true. I mean, I be saying this all the time when it comes to like Chainsaw Man in general too. It's one of those mangas that it doesn't really take a lot of time to get back in or just reread it. I might need to do the same thing honestly, because I haven't read the chapters in a minute, so I think it might be time. At least for part 2, I should reread it. Just go through part 2, and maybe I might catch something in between that potentially. Who knows? This parallels part 1 with Malcolm revealing Denji taking his dad out. This might have been that is also true. Remember, like Ghost was saying here, because there is always connections from part 1 to part 2. They've been doing this the entire time, so this wouldn't be too surprising if we're actually going that direction. That sounds very possible, given how Fujimoto's been kind of setting up part 2 with how they have all these similarities. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's something we're seeing here. But it could also happen, like, it could still go into a happy note when all things are said and done, though. So, yeah. Think about it, at the end of part 1, Denji got a huge revelation that he killed his dad, and he completely shook him. So Asa finding out she's not a real person. That's all because I just want, like, that'd be crazy. You know what? I guess it's not impossible. Hold on a minute. Because that's why the theory is something here. But, like, so wait, so what does that make Yoru? Is Yoru not a real person either? Because I don't think we dive deeper into this theory, because now I'm thinking about it. Because, like, but I mean, she's been seen. I don't know. It's hard for me to believe in it. I remember, I think that's what it was when you brought this up to me before. I had a hard time getting it all together, and I'm like, I don't know if this is really, if it's viable, but I mean, it's not impossible either. I don't know. Never really brought this into theory, but things are kind of lining up. I mean, things are lining up. I mean, I'm seeing what you're saying. That's why I'm like, I can't dismiss it, but I guess I don't know how it all like would fit together, or how it would work exactly if she's really not an actual person. Is the thing here. The problem is also existed before Yoru. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? So something like, I don't know how that would work. I mean, but if you think about it, she wasn't really like a very prominent person. And I feel like in that sense, people kind of look past her in that way. If you think about it, if you go back to how, like, if you go back to the beginning of it, that's why I'm like, I mean, there is some idea that could potentially work. I don't know. Okay, thank you, Batur. All right, that works. I have access to my Instagram, so I thank you very much. I can grab it that way. I freaking dig it. We gotta do this whole workaround. Because why? I don't know why YouTube is like, nah, no links. God dang it. Yoru knows stuff Asa wouldn't know, so it sort of doesn't make sense. I mean, I can see that too. Yeah, like I'm saying, like but I mean. But they don't. I mean, they share the same brain in some cases, but they don't really share the same information at the same time. So I guess that's kind of a moot point, though. That's kind of a moot point, actually. Never mind. That makes sense. Also, might be fake. So if you don't see the dad or mom, I know. Yeah, but they died though. It's like that's all. That's what makes this theory kind of difficult to really believe in, because like it's not like people haven't seen her, but all those people have died in some way, shape, or form at the same time. So it does still go back into the question of, is she real? Zero enjoyer. I won't lie. Fight Club theory is pretty bad. It's interesting. I can say the least, though. Yoru could have created memories. There is no trace of her past. Like I just said, because like if you think about it, I think anyone that's really met with her have died. That's why Yuko couldn't stay around in the first place, because she's dead. But then I mean, well, there's also fake Salt. Well, no, fake Salt is dead too, actually. I was gonna say there's Konobe's brother that had interactions with Asa, if I'm not mistaken, right? And he's still alive. So like, I don't know. I don't know. This theory is, I don't know if this can work. Now Yoru didn't show him until Asa was dead. I mean, that is also very true. That's also very true. I don't know. I need more. I need to look into the Fight Club theory in general. Like, I'm pretty sure there's like a video for it. So I need to look into this theory to see more into it, to fully understand it. Because I don't fully understand the full Fight Club theory, but I need to dive into this, because maybe there is something to it that maybe I'm not understanding here. The plan sounds too elaborate for Yoru. I feel like many Asa fans would dislike that theory. Honestly, I'm an Asa fan. I wouldn't necessarily like that theory either. I just want to tell you right now, I don't quite like that theory, because I like Asa Mitaka. She's a great character. I want her to be a real person. All right. I love the little quirks and little things that she got. You know, like like there's a lot to her character that it'd be a shame if that's like how we kind of like set her up to be at the end of the day, right? That would bother me a little bit. That would bother me a little bit. I missed one of your comments. There is. The theory is that Yoru got hurt after fighting Pochita, and Asa was made as a coping mechanism and had as a human. But when she got hurt, Yoru's memory came back. I don't know. I mean, again, anything is possible in the Chainsaw Man world because we don't know the full power scope, like the power system here and how things work. So, like, it's not impossible for this to be a thing. That is interesting. So that's why she got her memories. I mean, I don't. I'll keep that in mind. But I feel like something else is going on here more so than not. I have a feeling that something else is going on here, though. All right, 100% believe this is just throwing it out there. He's like, you gotta bring it back. He's like, hold on. All right, this man out here throwing out theories. Like, I'll be throwing out that freaking Konobi Death Devil contract theory. All right, because I feel like it's still a thing, man. It's still a thing. We talked about the Kingdom Hearts tweet by Fujimoto and the other day where he said that a man and a woman are better when they are apart. Wait, what? See, I don't follow Fujimoto. Excuse me? Interesting. But see, this kind of goes into the theory I've been talking about before, though. I've been saying, and there's been plenty of death flags when it comes to Asami talking not surviving this. I've been saying this. So, like, I look, if he out here tweeting stuff like that, that makes me think I'm more in line to thinking that she gonna die. Like, forget the Fight Club theory. She ain't making it out of this goddamn freaking part 2. All right, she ain't making it part 3 of Chainsaw Man. I think it's worth talking about since it's been in the fandom since the beginning of part 2. I mean, it is. Buckle up for our next chapter. Exciting to meet you soon. Oh my god. Look, man, I don't think we're getting Bucky. If we get Bucky, I'll be surprised. But like, we're not getting Bucky, man. He said that, but he may be referring to Rize and DJ. That's true. But see, this is Fujimoto we're talking about. We don't know what this man thinking, all right? He could be referring to anybody. There's so many women that Denji has freaking ran into. It could be anybody. But it definitely could be just Rize, because like he did also made a comment on the movie and how impressed he was with how they actually adapted his work. I remember him saying something along those lines. He was very happy with what they did. So I mean, it's really fresh in his mind. He also made an illustration for Rize not that long ago as well. So, I mean, it's all fresh in his mind right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's feeling some type of way about this. So I can see that being the case. I can see that. Or let go of each other's hands in Kingdom Hearts. Hikaru Utada, which is weird too. Cause is she like is Hikaru Utada actually a part of this? I swear I thought she actually had like a song for Chainsaw Man in there. Simple Clean starts playing. And a lot of the trees begin to grow around them. The scene left with interesting. Feeling that I couldn't put it into words. Learned from Kingdom Hearts and he said Shing-Chan. Wait, I'm sorry, that threw me off. I thought I read that wrong. He said Shing-Chan. Interesting. The Western adventures of the cosplay boys. That it's better for a man and a woman to be apart than to be together. Interesting. Very interesting though. I mean, they had that theme there with Shing-Chan. So I did watch it. Well, like I said, like this, I feel like is more possible and more in line here. So this only goes back to the theory of I don't think this is gonna be happy. This might be the time where it's not gonna be happy this time, right? Because we're in Asa's mind and Asa be struggling, okay? But that was a tweet, okay. Chapter was underwhelming. I give it 5 little D's karaoke friends out of 10 empty alleys. Asa is pointing to. I wouldn't say it's underwhelming. This is more, in a lot of ways, a transitional chapter. It's not really one that has a lot going on with it, but it has a pretty good cliffhanger, all things considered. And we also had the mini fight scene with Yoru and the Chainsaw Man, right? So, I mean, there is things to like about this chapter. So Fujimoto wants to make a direct parallel. Maybe she killed her mother in a more malicious way than saving her cat, kind of like Denki killers. I mean, I'm thinking there could be something here. There should be something to that. I mean, it looked like an accident back in the day, but maybe she could be misremembering it or something, right? Like we don't really know. There is a possibility with this. A heart rate type ending. I feel like we are. If there's a part 3, part twos usually are the ones where it's like it really falls into place where things get really even, like they get really just like desperate and more despair. We gotta remember something, because I feel like we're overlooking something here. Because no one's talked about this so far, this whole chapter, which is the doors. Yoru came out of one of those doors. And you gotta remember, in that last chapter, little D was also very, very concerned and to what's to come. So even with her, decapitated right like this, she can easily probably put herself back together. And I have a feeling that's a doorway to all these freaking different type of like devils that can come and appear. So like we still have hell on earth coming. That's still here. So we can't forget about that detail. All right. Who almost let me get him see. Trail Guts remind me of the World Tree from Fire Punch. Because I need to read Fire Punch. I need to buckle down and just read Fire Punch at this point. Yeah, setting up the stakes after Yoshida kicked the things off. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. We're setting the stakes up here. So I wouldn't say it's like a underwhelming chapter, but it's a chapter that didn't get. I guess maybe we're looking for something else. I mean, I was expecting a different devil altogether, not Yoru to appear. Interestingly enough, but I mean, regardless, it still was quite interesting to see here. No Fujimoto, if he really was going for a good ending, I wouldn't put it past him to troll us by making this kind of sweet. I mean, also, it's also true, too. I have a feeling Fujimoto is the type of person that will troll and do those kind of things, you know? He likes messing with us. He probably in stream, in chat or something, looking like, what they talking about? They don't know nothing. He also pushed her mom, who was ahead in creative memories. Cat was used as a coping mechanism. Exactly, right? That could be the case. There could be more to it that we're not even seeing, because maybe she's not. I mean, you gotta remember, this is a bit of a a bit of a running theme that's been going on here. Because it seems like no one's really a good, reliable narrator in Chainsaw Man, right? Everybody has their own perspective, but like what actually ends up happening a lot of the times don't happen the way people be saying it does. Like there's like the narration from everybody seems always a little off or skewed. So that's not impossible for that to be the case if, we do dive back into that whole flashback. So it's not impossible. I said it before, in the middle part of trilogies usually end dark. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking too. So if we're gonna have a part 3, I don't see this going well, unfortunately. It was all about the door, but Yoru was about alleys. I wonder the connection besides alleys leads to doors. Exactly. Ghost have that is a connection. Also, remember, there's doors right now in the real world up top. All right. It was Devil Man the whole time. All right, buddy. All right. He's like, I am correct. Devil Man is real. You read Fire Punch on Anna. She will love it. No, Ghost have. We tried. We read I think we were like, what, 7 chapters? And we're like, we can't do this live no more. We might have to read it off stream. Maybe. If we can get through it. But, because, like, trying to read it off stream, it was just so much. And we couldn't show any panels, because it's like, bro, huh? What's wrong with you, Fujimoto? God. It was such a phenomenal read. A lot of people drop it out the chat. I didn't read your comment yet. Yeah, I'm one of those people. I'm one of those people, Mature. Well, one should at least read up on the end about 2 or 3 to get a true idea of how much potential it really has. I need to get back into it. I just gotta do it. All right. Everybody understands the world is a very interesting way to write it. Yeah, that is true. I mean, I think that's part of the reason why the power system is probably the way it is. Maybe I'm unlocking something I didn't even realize what I was saying. Now I'm thinking about it. Maybe that's what this whole thing, even what part 1 was like about too. Like, there's like an underlying theme throughout the entirety of this series that no one really understands how the world actually works. But everybody wants to bring the world into chaos or have their own image of what the world is. Case in point, look what Makima's trying to do. Look what Yoru's trying to do. Look how death is like what she's trying to accomplish. Like, everybody has an idea of how the world should be, but they don't understand how the world actually is. Or what it can be, right? There's some underlying deeper thought that was actually happening here all along. We didn't even catch it just until now. All right, we're at the first volume of Fire Punch. The ends at chapter 7. Well, this again. See, that's the problem right there. See, that's why everybody's like, I don't think I can keep reading this. I'm gonna put the book down. All right, I'm gonna put the book down. Oh, she's in my top 10 favorite mangas ever. Top 5? There's a lot of manga out there, but are you sure? Yeah. That's always prided herself in being a good person. So if she discovers this, it would crush her. Yeah, honestly, that would hurt her quite a bit. And realizing that she also, is it. She might even go this far and say she's no better than freaking Yoru. Like, I mean, she really isn't. Like, she's better than her in a lot of ways because Yoru don't give a crap. But come on now, come on. Aaron points at the door in the sky. Enemies over there. You mean Falco was actually pointing up in the sky because he's been looking up, all right? I like Fire Punch, but I said get the end. Oh, you don't get the end. Interesting. Like I said, I need to get into this. It is deep. I'm telling you, man. Like the manga, I think, is deeper than we realize. There's a lot of interesting aspects to Chainsaw Man that like I wouldn't have caught this myself if I wasn't doing these streams, because we can get into a deeper conversation a lot of times with Chainsaw Man, and you start catching on to like little tidbits that Fujimoto might be throwing out there that if you really start paying attention a bit more, things start to align a bit. It's still hard to predict what he's trying to do, because I still don't know exactly what he's doing here and what's behind the alley and everything, right? But I'm here for it. All right? And I'll buy little D caring for her friends. Her plan has decimated most of humanity. I know she cares about humane things, but I don't see caring for people in particular. I feel like she might be one of the most caring people that you don't even realize she is. Like, for her to have such an ability, she probably wants to have a good understanding of what life is, right? Again, it goes into another deeper kind of conversation with what kind of character she actually is. It's kind of the inverse of what her ability is. And maybe in a lot of ways that she wants to be something different from that. Maybe that's why she has so much care to begin with, and why she just ultimately wants to have the world still exist and humanity still be around to exist. But at the same time, it also could just be a selfish act if you think about it, because like without humanity, without them dying, she doesn't gain any power. So I mean, like it benefits her to care about these things at the end of the day, right? Her being directly responsible for her mother's death would explain why she uses the excuse of being a good person so much, because she has this guilt deep. Exactly. Like Bucky in a lot of ways, because could be like a parallel to that whole situation, but no one really looked past it or looked to it, only because he was a devil at the end of the day. So like she felt bad about it, but you can only feel so bad because at the end of the day she was a devil. It's the same thing in with Yuko. In a lot of ways, when she had to actually try to like take out her friend, like she had to use that sword and she did what she did, but she was a devil. So it's like she can probably have some justification in that, in some way, shape, or form to feel that way about it, right? Like these could be the things about Asa in general that maybe we're not realizing, that ultimately she is someone trying to act as good, but again, isn't somebody that is truly good like that. But at the same time, good and evil are also subjective. So, I don't know. Yeah. Hey, read his other one-shots. I'm excited for the anime they're coming from. Yeah, I've read most of his other one-shots. I think there's like one or two I haven't read yet, which I did see in like the previews of like the things that they're going to be animating. There's like 2 or 3 of them I haven't actually read yet. So I'm looking forward to them because I haven't actually read it. So I'm looking forward to it. Like there's a short story he did that actually has the character Nayuta in it. That's like the name. That's where the name came from to begin with. I can't remember what it's called. I think, is it called just Nayuta? No, I think it's called something else. I can't remember what the freaking name of it is. But I did read that actually on stream. Like we took a minute to actually read like Goodbye Eerie, Look Back, and all those things on stream on Twitch. So I did do that actually. Well, people complain that he used the same plot twist twice as the main character being responsible for the parents' death. I feel like not really. I mean, it's very shonen of him to do that, to be honest. Because I mean, again, look at Bleach. Tete Kubo did the freaking Damsel in Distress thing twice in a row. So like, it wouldn't be that surprising if he were to play this again. Granted, it's better how Fujimoto is doing it too, if he is going that route, simply because of just how well he's writing the series. So like, I personally wouldn't complain about the usage of doing the same thing again if there is a parallel and a connection to why he's doing it though, right? It'd be one thing if it was just another situation of, well, I guess I ran out of ideas, let's just go back to the well. Like, but the whole thing is, part 2 has always been about having callbacks from part 1 in some way, shape, or form, or in some similar way in part 2. We're doing this the entire time, so it's not that surprising if we're doing this again here. You know what I mean? Naitsu the Prophecy, thank you. Because I think Naitsu was in the title actually, but yeah, I did read that one. Power Punch showed how Fujimoto loves siblings a lot. Pause, go Sab. I can see Dinky's mom running away and hooking up with Asa. Huh? Dinky's dad could have lied to Dinky on her. Bro, hold on a minute. What? Hold on. What? that's a whole thing. I don't know about that one, Gosab. I don't know about that one. What are we talking about? That took me by surprise. Okay, that took me by surprise. And I really think her being directly responsible is necessary. She feels guilty, like she did it herself already. Yeah, but I mean, it only validate that feeling even further, which would more than likely potentially break her. That's what we're saying here. We've already made direct parallels to Asa and Dinky. If you read chapter 1 and 98, they're very similar. As I was saying, like, I feel like, again, it's been like that the entire time. So that's why I'm like, I don't think it's too out there to think that we will be doing the same thing and have a more parallels between these two, because they're two sides of the same coin, basically. They're different, but yet have very similar things going on with them. This is why these two they mesh so well together. But this is part of the reason why I think, going back to that tweet, that sometimes, even as well meshed they are, it's better to have them separate. Or that could be a metaphor to have Asa and Yoru separate. Like, there's so much that can be done here, but when it comes down to this chapter here, I find this quite interesting. The doors are still active. I don't think Asa or Yoru is dead here. She's going to get herself back together here. I'm still very curious of what exactly is going on with Pochita, because this version of Pochita doesn't seem to mind to just kill mindlessly. Like, it's you would think there would be some other hesitation, something going on, but at the same time, they already encountered each other before. So this Chainsaw Man knows the intent of what Yoru's trying to do. So why would he hold back, right? So I can also understand that too. But I do want to know what's going on with this Chainsaw Man. I feel there's something different about it as opposed to the other times we've seen it, right? Because all the times we've seen it, there's like still some goofy aspects to it. He has yet to make anything goofy. So I'm keeping an eye on that. His flashback inner mind thing is quite interesting. So I'm just curious of where we're going to be going here. But all I can say is I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to see where we're going here. It's hard to predict what we're going to do. But for the rating for this chapter, for now, because it's more setup than anything else, but I did enjoy what I was reading, I think I'll give like a 7 out of 10. I'll give it probably like a 7 out of 10 overall, because it was a good chapter. I did like it. It didn't waste our time or anything, and it progressed the story quite well too. That is kind of the other thing I also want to like highlight. The pacing of this particular chapter here did a lot better at getting to point A to point B, as opposed to some other chapters that we've seen in the past of part 2, where it takes its sweet time to get to point A to point B. So this is like it's progressing really well. So I would also give props to this particular chapter in doing so. So 7 out of 10 for me, god dang it. Commission allies, that was interesting to me, because last we saw her was by herself. That is also very true. I almost forgot that detail. There is allies here. I don't know if the allies are going to be some primordial devils, which I don't know if that's the case here. I don't think she can just like make them fall to her whim, is the thing here. Like, she doesn't have the ability that Death has to like put them in like a pod or whatever the case is, right? So I'm assuming she just got more of her children, aka, right, like the weapons devils. So she probably got all of them together, and she has that situated to be able to like have them come out and have them fight, and or she has some way of tapping into hell, which is why we have the doorways there, and her allies are from that, because he said allies, not children, not like the allies means that there's cooperation going on here. So maybe there's some type of situation where she maybe made a contract or did something. Like, it can be more than just devils. So I am curious at how this, like, what her allies even are. And maybe that's how she's going to be able to put herself back together. Now I'm thinking about it. Because like I said before, I don't know if she can, like, put herself back together in this state, because she can't really move around. But her allies could put her back together. So I don't know. Oh, she said comrades. Allies, comrades, literally, it's pretty much the same thing here. Whole point is they're comrades. They're people that work with her, as opposed to being controlled by her. Like, the wording, I think, matters at the end of the day here. But like, even with comrades, it's the same situation. Also was guilty. She was happy her mom died. Whew. But see, that's what I'm saying right there, man. This is why there are some things to unravel if the fact that she felt that way though, right? Like that's bad. I can see it as like also remembering that her mom was abusive and had a bad relationship. That would be like a Goodbye Eerie beat, which they referenced at the beginning. That is also very true, Dubs. You're thinking right now. You are thinking. She can tell how powerful Yoru, so he ain't holding back. Thank God he isn't. But this is weird because like he still took a lot of damage the last time, and he did not gauge her at all. Like the thing is, she wasn't that strong. So like that's the thing about it, right? You would think he has that kind of sense, but sometimes maybe he's wrong in that sense. I have no idea. I don't know what's going on with Vegeta, man. God. You mentioned to your he was looking for the Blood Devil, so you might see the Blood Devil. I think so. That was something that did come up at some point. I think I saw on Twitter. That is a possibility. I just don't know if that is something we're going to be seeing right now. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get that, because that's like fan service, right? Like, we all want to see Power. We all want to see freaking Rize. We all want to see Kishibe. Kishibe, I don't want to say his name like that. We all want to see Konobi. But, like, I don't know if Fujimoto's even going to give that to us. Right? It goes back to that tweet. Sometimes better to be apart. So you don't get to see them, all right? You get no love. Mentioned he was looking for only thing that worries me is Fujimoto been dropping these like 13-page chapters, so whatever big event that happens is probably going to be split up to a couple. Yeah. I mean, as long as it's consistent, that's all that matters to me, man. If he can just do it on the week-to-week basis, so we're not waiting so long. I'm in here, bro. It is what it is. But all right, overall, I give this a 7 out of 10. What is y'all rating for this goddamn chapter? I'd like to know. I already know Ghost Tabs. Ghost Tabs says 5 out of 10. I give it a 7. I will end this stream here, but I will be streaming in give me about like an hour from now, I would say, over on twitch.tv/Thabreakmaster, where we'll be doing it live. I might play a little bit of Liza P before we get into Kagurabachi, because after the Kagurabachi read is done, I don't know if we're going to be doing like just chatting stuff. That could be also an opportunity. That Batura that you sent me, that link, I could probably look at that real quick, maybe. I gotta see how long it is. I don't think it shouldn't take very long to read that fanfic. If not, we'll see what happens. But I think I might dive into that just out of curiosity sake. You know what I'm saying? So we'll do something along those lines. We'll give us every hybrid except Rize. I just like that, man. Hey, look, you are getting Rize in the movie. Okay, stop. For me, it's about 7. Interesting setup. A lot of cool talking. But yeah, exactly. There's a lot of cool talking points. That's why 7 is a good one, right? All right. I will catch you guys soon. Drink your goddamn waters and your vitamins. I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, people, break out the wild.